You know, before I get into the meat of this video, there's a few things that I need to say up front that will, of course, serve as the intro to this masterpiece. And of course, you have seen the title. Now, before I deal with how this video came about, let me tell y'all what's coming down the pipe in regards to this weekend's Rabbit Hole production. I have in my possession a video from a black female who's recording herself on her lunch break. And she's all dolled up in African garb. You know, she got on the earrings, the necklace, the dashiki. And this sister made a video. And she talked about, as she walked on her on her lunch break, the response she received from white men as opposed to black men. The white men were very cordial, respectful, complimented her on her beauty and how beautiful and exotic she was. While the black men just stared. While even one foreigner opened the door for her and began to engage her in a conversation upon which he was seeking directions. And at the end of the conversation, he also proclaimed how exotic and beautiful she is, or was. There's a billion and one places, that I can go with this video. And I have every intention to go every last one of them. I'm going to share the video, and then I'm going to give y'all my social commentary. Because this is what I mean by the propaganda. This is what I mean by propaganda. And let me say this, and then I'm going to get into the video. Let me say this, and the reason why I don't buy the story. She said that black men were just staring. That's a damn lie. And the reason why I know that's a damn lie, black men look at black men harder than they do black women or any other woman for that matter. Hell, you Negroes stare harder at men than women do. So I know that there's something out of line about that narrative because, again, I know black men. And again, this is the reason why I told y'all, and you follow me down the rabbit hole, y'all know this. People think that, I wear the dark sunglasses because I'm trying to be cool, or you think you cool. No, it has nothing to do with being cool. It has to do with the fact that I don't want to make eye contact with some soft Negro staring me in my face. Because this is how much black men stare at other men. There have been times that I'm out and about and I look up and there's some old soft Negro staring me in my face, and right next to me or behind me or right to the side is some female. She could be white, black, Hispanic, whatever. But I purposely will look at her and then I will look back at him as if to say, nigga, why are you looking at me and you have that big butt in that tight skirt with those big breasts standing right there. But you know what? Let me stop. Let me stop because this is a topic that really gets my juices flowing. So let me just let y'all know. If you want the email, send me email. You want the email. You want the video, send me email. I'll send you the link. I'm going to share the video, and I'm going to give you my social commentary. And it's going to be fire because this here gets my blood boiling, and this may spill over into the video. I'm going to try to be politically correct, so let me take a sip of this and calm down, and then we'll get into the ShaCarri Richardson versus Gwen Berry video. And I know y'all wonder, wait a minute, brother. You said you was going to deal with Richardson versus Berry. But your main meme is an image of Miss Lori Lightfoot. Well, this is the video that I wanted to do. I mean, I was all gun-ho on, I've had Lori Lightfoot on my radar for a very long time. For a very long time. I've been listening to her as she spew that schmeal as to why people attack her. In the last interview that I heard her do, I don't know if it was on a network or if she was being interviewed or if she was giving a press conference, and she made the statement that I'm being attacked because I'm a black woman. And it was at that point I was like, okay, now it's time. And I was going to do this video on the whole, and I still made just part of it, but I mean, this is just mind-boggling to me. Because this is what I told y'all. I've told y'all, don't worry, we're going to get to Gwen and Richardson in a minute. Just let me get this out the way. But I understand there are a lot of moving parts in Chicago. I got that. I understand that. But now, for Miss Berry or Lightfoot to be the mayor, now I know she doesn't have the power to call in the National Guard. I understand that. There's a chain of command. The governor can do that. But she should be actively encouraging the governor, look, it's time. It's time to call in the National Guard. And I know y'all not going to like this, but it's tough. To call in the National Guard and to impose a mandatory curfew, sun up to sundown. The only way that you're allowed on the streets after dark is if you're going to work or coming from work. If you violate that curfew, we're locking you up. And the reason why you have to have that hardline stance there is you got to get control of the violence. You got to get control of the carnage. The police can't do it. And the reason why they can't do it is because they're responding from shooting to shooting, crime scene to crime scene. They can't sit back and organize anything as far as how they're going to deal with those savages there in Chicago. So you call in the National Guard, you impose a curfew, and then you sit down and try to come up with a solution of how you're going to deal with this going forward. If the people don't want to live under a curfew, y'all know what y'all have to do. If you want to act like animals, we're going to treat you like animals. Lock them up. And for Lori Lightfoot to sit here and watch this carnage, because I'm going to tell you something. If that carnage was white, and see, this is where I have a problem with Black Lives Matter. This is one of my standing arguments in opposing Black Lives Matter, because they should be pissed off as well. Because that carnage is black people. But if that carnage was white people, that National Guard would have been called in last year. Matter of fact, Rahm Emanuel would have called them in. But because the carnage is black folks killing black folks, we're going to take our time and wring our hands and just pray that these savages are going to stop shooting each other. And then this heifer has the unmitigated gall to stand in front of the cameras and actually say, the reason why people criticizing me is because I'm a black woman. Ain't that a bitch? See, I told y'all, listen, man, you are not allowed, man. You are not allowed to criticize this black woman, man. You can't. You can't do it. Under no set of circumstances can you critique her, no matter how fair and balanced your critique is. If you're making a fair assessment of her and you're not calling her names, you're not putting her down, you're not belittling her, you're just making a fair, honest assessment. That's it. That's not even good enough. That won't even do. You cannot critique her, even when her failure is very obvious. Even when her failure is axiomatic, you can't critique her. So now we have Berry, who's the mayor. And like I said, I understand there's a lot of moving parts. I get that. But she, as the mayor, should be pushing for, listen, governor, you got to get this National Guard in here, man, and we got to impose a curfew. You impose a curfew sun up to sundown, and I think it should be longer than that, but I'll be fair. I'm fair. Sun up to sundown, and the only way that you can be on the street is if you're going to work or coming from work. That will wipe out 75 of those Negroes lolling around on the street right there. You got them off the street. Why? Because you have to be going to work or coming from work to be on the street. If not, we're locking you up. 75 to 80% of the Negroes are in the house. Now you can sit down and try to come up with a solution on how we're going to deal with this going forward. But to continue to allow this carnage, and it's black carnage, and then you get old bubble-headed Messy Jackson. He's running around giving press conferences. Let's not point the finger. Wait a minute, Negro. This happened on your watch. This happened on your watch, brother. Leader, this is your hometown. This is your city. This is where your Operation Push is located. This is your headquarters, Reverend Jesse Jackson. How does this happen on your watch, brother? You know how it happens on your watch? You are a failure. And not just you. What do you mean we're not going to point the finger? You're damn right we're going to point the finger. At you, at Lori Lightfoot, at those black pastors and preachers. Y'all know I was going to get them. Y'all know I was going to get them. Why is it not a protest at City Hall of black pastors and preachers telling Lori, listen, man, these are our parishioners. I'm tired of bearing our parishioners, family members. You got to impose, you got to go and push for a curfew. We got to do this. Why? Because they don't care. Just pay them tithes. Give me that 10% and open your legs. Well, hold on, y'all. Let me take a sip of this, y'all. I told y'all I was fired up. Y'all got me thinking I'm in the hole already. There's enough failure. And again, I understand there are a lot of moving parts. But I don't know what they're waiting on. Y'all waiting on the Negroes to run out of ammunition? Y'all waiting on the Negroes to run out of things to shoot? We can see from the video footage of some of the shootings, we know Negroes don't know how to shoot. They don't go to gun ranges. This is the reason why innocent bystanders and young children just up on Saturday morning watching cartoons and eating Captain Crunch is getting struck down with stray bullets from savages shooting at another Negro who's standing next to him. Sun up to sundown curfew. The only way you on the street is if you're going to work or coming from work. If we catch you violate that curfew, we're locking your black ass up. And Messy Jackson, those black pastors and preachers, Lori Lightfoot, all of them should be petitioning the governor, get the National Guard down here, get them in here now. But you can't criticize her though, man. She's a black woman. It's the same with the black community. We see the failure of Lori Lightfoot in Chicago. We see it. It's obvious. Everybody can see it. It's not hidden. But you, shh, like Emma Fudd, be very, very quiet. You can't criticize her. Don't say nothing. Shh. She's a black woman. So, you mean we can't even bring up her obvious failures? No, you can't say nothing. It's just like in the black community. You got all these Negroes talking around the problem. They don't want to deal with the source of the problem in the black community is what? The breakdown of that black family. You will not have a community without that. The black family is the hub. It's the hub of your community. Without it, you have chaos. And then that's the reason why you look in most black communities, what do you see? Fucking chaos. The black family has been destroyed. Who destroyed it? Shh. Shh. You can't say that. Don't say that. Don't. You find these pro-black, back to Africa, red, black, and greens. We ain't gonna call out that black woman. Man, slavery did it. Slavery. And I'm behind in my memes, y'all. Y'all got me. I told y'all got me hyped up. Let me get off this now, because I can do a whole video on this, man. But that's the video that I wanted to do. I wanted to do that video. I actually just did it. But then I'm listening to all this hubbub about ShaCarri Richardson, and we all know the storyline. She's suspended from the Olympic team. She's not allowed to compete. Now listen, this is where I'm at. I'm on her side. I really am, because I would have loved to have seen her compete. I think she would have won gold. I mean, she has the skill set. She's young. You can recover from this. This one here is going to sting. But goddamn it, look. I mean, you fucked up. I mean, and you admitted that. You admitted that. You knew the rules, you knew the consequences, and you made your decision. That's life, baby. Deal with it. Deal with it. I mean, it's no different than you telling a brother, hey, you knew you had no intention on marrying this heifer. You knew it was just a woman that you was banging. And you didn't wear a condom. So now that she's pregnant, listen, you attached to this woman for your rest of your life, or for at least 18 years. And if that child goes to college, guess what? It's going to be longer than that. Deal with it. That's life. But now what pisses me off about y'all is you got these black women who have these petitions. Let ShaCarri run. I agree with you, let her run, but she's the one that stopped her from running. Listen, you see, I said this in many of my videos. I don't know how long this video is going to be. Maybe one of my long ones. I don't know. I'm hyped up. Y'all got me hyped up, man. I'm telling you, that video of that sister talking that schmeal about her lunch break wearing that African stuff got me hyped. So I'm going to record my whole after this. So yeah, I'm going in. But let me see if I can get through this politically correct video first. Listen, if you're going to make a video, I don't think it's not asking much for, if you're going to make a video, to ask that you know what you're talking about. So if you're going to make a video on ShaCarri Richardson and her whole schmeal, it's not asking much for you to at least know what you're talking about. Now, y'all talking about let her run like they're against her because she's a black woman. Listen, people. Listen. Drug testing is nothing new in sports. It's the way you have to maintain integrity of the sport. One of the reasons why, and there could be others, but one of the major reasons why Pete Rose will never get in that Hall of Fame in baseball is because he admitted to betting on baseball. And they don't know if those games you threw because it helped your pocket. So since that what you did and that deals with the integrity of the sport, listen, they ain't gonna never let that. He should be in the Hall of Fame. They ain't gonna let him in. Listen, in Major League Baseball, if you have a batter who knocks 190, not 190, let's say 175, 150 home runs, you can best believe that Major League Baseball is going to come to that dude and tell him, we want to look at that bat. Fuck that. We want to take this bat and we want to x-ray this bat. And as a matter of fact, here's a jar we want you to piss into. It just happened in the Kentucky Derby. The original winner of the Kentucky Derby, they tested that horse as they do all races, and he tested positive for a banned substance. They tested him again he tested positive. So guess what? They stripped him of the win. This is sports, y'all. So now the black women who making these videos and have these Run ShaCarri Run petitions online and say that they're trying to help a black woman, it's odd to me that y'all are willing to help this black woman here, who, again, I'm on her team. I believe she can recover. She's young enough. I think she's, 21? She has the skill set. If she maintains focus and uses this as a drive, she'll be back. She'll get another shot. But this one here, you're going to have to fall on the sword. It's going to sting for a while, but that's life. But now the black women who have these petitions talking about, yeah, y'all trying to hurt ShaCarri. Wait a minute. Listen, people. When she tested positive for marijuana or whatever it was, her results were nullified. It's as if she didn't even run the race. So now what happens? Everybody else moves up a position. So that means she's not the winner. So that means your second place winner is now the winner. Your third place winner is now the second place winner. The fourth place winner is now the third place winner. That's how it works. And all those other women are black. This is what's so mind-boggling to me. Y'all, they're all black women. They're all black women. They're all black women, y'all. This is senseless. But yet it's still, and I'm still behind in my memes. Y'all got me hyped up. Because I know y'all wonder about Gwen Berry and why I'm focusing in on her. Let me go and get into Gwen Berry so we can deal with her. Because Gwen Berry is the one who pushes the propaganda. Not her per se, but black women push it for her. And that is because, and y'all may have heard the story, she's the one that protested at the award ceremony. She's a hammer thrower. She made the Olympic team. She's protested before, as you can obviously see at other events. She wears the shirt that says, I'm an activist and then I'm an athlete. So everybody knows this about this woman. She's an activist. This is what she does. But now black women have taken Berry and they have said, wait a minute. See, she protesting for black men. Black men got her out there protesting, and she's risking everything for black men. And she's the type of woman that black men wouldn't even deal with because she got that nappy hair. This is the propaganda, y'all. And she's dark skinned. This is the propaganda. See, on one hand, we have them pushing for Richardson, who made a mistake. Now I'm gonna give her a chance to, recover from that. I hope she does. But she's young enough. If she stay focused, she will. But you got to fall on the sword this one. There will be no Tokyo Olympics for you. Period. That's all that is. Open and shut case. But now they take Berry and they use that to bash black men. We ain't got nothing to do with Berry protesting at these at these track events. We ain't got nothing to do with that. But this is the propaganda, man. And they're saying that, well, they got the dark-skinned black woman risking all her whole future for them. Wait a minute, what do you mean for them? Where do you see a black man standing around there telling this black woman to put that black power fist in the air during this award ceremony? Who was it that told her to turn her back on the American flag during the Olympic trials? Who did that? And no, my God, if she wins gold in Tokyo, ain't no telling what that woman gonna do on that. Well, they can't stop them. It's gonna be interesting to see what she does. Because this is nothing new for her. She's been suspended, she's been reprimanded, she's been on probation. This is nothing new for Gwen Berry. She wears the shirt that tells y'all I'm an activist and then I'm an athlete. But black women want us to believe that because she looks like this, black men wouldn't deal with her. Black men wouldn't holler at her. Instead of using as their celebration of this woman, she's a single mom. I think she had her son when she was 15. Single mom, raising her son. Y'all know where I'm at on that, but this is the politically correct video, so we won't venture there. Let me take a sip of this to make sure we don't venture there, because I could go a lot of places with that. But let me take a sip. Yeah, we wanna stay focused on Gwen. You would think that they would say, listen, the woman had a son, child out of wedlock when she was 15. She fights through all of that, raising a son, making the Olympic team. You would think they would applaud that. No, because that's what's on that shirt. That shirt that she has covering her head, that shirt reads activist, athlete. She has no problem telling you that I'm an activist, then I'm an athlete. She has no problem telling you that. So when she wins one of these track events and they play that national anthem, she's going to do something. Like I said, this ain't new to her. She's been suspended. She's been reprimanded. She's been on probation for her antics at these award celebrations. If she wins gold in Tokyo, it's going to be interesting to see what she does. I might watch it just for that reason. But black women want to take this woman and push the propaganda again that black men are cowering behind black women and they got the black woman on the front line. And I told y'all, listen, man, I told y'all, if you're going to make a video, ladies, please study your history. Study your history. No, the black male does not have the black woman on the front line. That was your mothers. That was your mothers who did that. And black men didn't want black women there. That's the reason why your Angela Davises and others became popular writing about what? The duality that black women faced fighting racism and sexism. Not sexism in a dominant society, but sexism within the black power movement. Because black men didn't want them there. Study your goddamn history. Study your history. I mean, it's mind-boggling that the black women can pop off at their mouth, the most educated group, running their mouth and saying stuff that people who've done the research, who've read and know, you don't know what you're talking about. I can disagree with you, that's fine. But you just simply don't know what you're talking about. Just like when they try to push the narrative that black men seeing this woman, Gwen Berry, looking like this, with them big ass legs. Now, this is the propaganda. They want me to believe. This is what they selling to me, or selling to y'all. That if this chick was walking down any black community with a skirt, heels, brothers wouldn't talk to her because she's dark skinned. And you know what my response is? You don't know black men like I know black men. You just don't. If you think that this sister here can walk inside one of these black churches with a skirt on and some old mealy mouth, buck dancing, millet infested, monkey brain eating black pastor wouldn't walk up to her and tell her, "Why, you know, Sister Gwen, the Lord told me that I need to read what that tattoo says on that big ass thigh." Come on, stop. Stop. That's propaganda. Propaganda that's not supported by the historical fact. No, black men ain't got this woman out there protest. If she has a problem, if she wants to protest, one of the reasons why she might be so actively involved in protesting is because she has a black son. Have you ever thought about that? That might be one of the reasons. But yet and still, the propaganda is that black men, she's risking everything for black men, and black men wouldn't even talk to her. Black men wouldn't even try to talk to her. They ain't got nothing for her. They would bypass her because she dark skinned. Okay? I hope you believe that. See, that's propaganda, y'all. That's propaganda. That's all it is. Just like the propaganda when they try to push with ShaCarri Richardson. And again, like I said, I'm going to say it again. I'm on the sister's team. I wanted to see her compete. I hope she does bounce back. I want to see her run. But this one, you gonna have to fall on the sword on this one, sister. This is gonna be tough. It's gonna sting for a while. It's gonna sting. I'm not here to tell you that it's not. And I understand you just lost your mom. I get all of that. I mean, I understand that. I mean, I'm not being insensitive. I get that. That had something to do with it. You're young. The girl's only 20, 21 years old. So I'm gonna let her make a mistake. She stay focused, use this as drive. She got another Olympic shot in the future. That there ain't no conspiracy theory here. Run ShaCarri? No. That's later date, y'all. Y'all can trash those petitions. But now the propaganda is Berry, a woman who's an activist and then an athlete who chooses to protest because she has a son. And she probably done what most people did when they seen Floyd, is they personalized it. Hell, that could have been my dad. That could have been my brother. That could have been my son. So that's what got everybody out there to protest. That's why those protests went all over the world. And the only one standing on the sideline was who? Guess who? They're the only ones that made a hashtag talking about stay home. Let me, you know what? Let me write this up because I feel it. I feel it coming, man. And I'm gonna slip up and say something that should be reserved for the whole. Y'all want that video? Send me email. I most certainly will send you the link for this weekend's Rabbit Hole production. Because at the end of the day,